welcome to Life on Turkey Lane. I'm Sheila. I'm so glad you're here. Tonight I am going to be thawing out some of the tomatoes that I have been putting in the freezer because this weekend I'm going to be having a huge tomato processing day. I'm going to be making a lot of pasta sauce. At least I hope I get a lot of pasta sauce out of the tomatoes. But this whole video is not going to be about tomatoes and tomato processing. I just thought you would like to see how much tomatoes we've gotten out of the garden since the last processing day that we did. I don't remember what day that was, but a little while back. And show you how I'm going to be thawing them this time, because last time I thawed the tomatoes in a couple of roaster pans that I have, but this time I have way more tomatoes, and so I'm going to have to do something just a little bit different, and I thought I would bring you along so you can see what I'm going to use for my vessel to thaw these tomatoes in, and how many tomatoes we actually have. And then after that, I'm not sure what exactly is going to all go on this video, but we'll just have to see what happens. So anyway, behind me I have a large Rubbermaid tote, or it's not Rubbermaid brand, it's Sterlite brand, that I have made sure that I have cleaned up real good with hot soapy and vinegary water, and made sure that it that there's no residues or anything in there that might contaminate my tomatoes. And I'm going to start getting my tomatoes out of the freezers now. So I'll start bringing them in, and then we're going to take a look and see how many we have. I hope I don't feel this whole, I guess it'd be nice. I'd get lots of pasta sauce, but I'm not sure. We may fill this whole bucket. I don't know. Okay, so get this off the table. I have put a towel down underneath my tote here, just in case the condensation from these frozen tomatoes, in case there is some condensation. Oh, I think I got something that's not tomatoes. I've got a bag of something that's not tomatoes in here, so I'll have to put that back in the freezer. And I've got more out there. So I'm going to unload these bags and bring in some more. You can tell they're frozen. They are frozen solid. So let's see, I'm wondering about how many gallons I have. That's 2. I know I have a lot more this time than I had last time. So I'm hoping I've got 24 pint jars in there that's new, and I'm planning on buying another case. So I'm hoping that now I'm canning these in pint-sized jars, because we don't always use a big giant jar of spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce at one time. So I figured if there is an occasion that we did need more than, a pint, we could just open another pint. But that we wouldn't be opening up quart jars and not using them all, and then having to sit in the refrigerator for something else. So anyway, and now this is a Wednesday, and I'm planning on Friday night doing a little bit of the coring and peeling the skins off of these. Hopefully they'll be thawed. And then I better take this back out of the freezer. But so anyway, that was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gallons of tomatoes. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more. Okay, so there weren't as many out there as I thought there was, but still I've got, like I said, I think there was 9 gallons there, 10, 11, 12, probably 13 gallons, plus I have about 2 gallons or more of tomatoes sitting on the counter back here. And like I said, I know we have more than twice as many tomatoes as I processed last time. And so I'm venturing to say I'm going to get about 36 pints or more of pasta sauce. And then I should also get more tomato juice, because once these all thaw out, we'll get the tomato juice off of them too. So I'll try to post, now I'm not going to show you the whole processing day because you've already seen me process some tomatoes, and so there's no sense in doing that again. I just wanted to show you how many tomatoes we've gotten off the plants since that time. And like I said, these are small varieties, so it's not going to look like a ton, but it's still a lot for us. So here you go, guys. Here's our tomatoes. Okay, guys, so these tomatoes that are here on the counter in the little pantry room here probably got at least 2 gallons worth of the smaller tomatoes, and then I've got some green tomatoes and a few other larger ones there that we'll just cook along with these when they're processing. But some of them are ripe and some of them aren't quite ripe yet, but by Saturday many of them will be ripe. So yeah, I've got this many more tomatoes to add to that. So we've got a pretty hefty amount of tomatoes to process. So so I'm looking forward to doing that, and I will let you know how many pints or quarts or whatever, however many we get out of this batch, and just show you how great the garden has produced. And like I said, we're still getting tomatoes. There's a lot of tomatoes, green tomatoes out there right now, and I'm not going to harvest those until they're either ripe or frost comes. So that's just a little update about our tomato harvest. And like I was saying, I'm not sure what else is going to go on this video, but I thought you would like to see the tomatoes and how they were coming along and how many we've gotten. I wouldn't be able to tell you how many pounds there are, but there's quite a bit. So I think we're going to get at least the year's worth of pasta sauce and tomato juice out of these tomatoes this year. So I'm thrilled with that, and I'll be back in a little bit with whatever else we decide to do today. Okay, so I'm back. I apologize, it has been a while since I've actually posted a video. The part about the tomatoes I took, well, it was over the course of a couple days, but it was a few days back. So I apologize for not getting on here quicker, getting a video posted to you quicker. But truly, I have been busy. I just haven't filmed everything. That tomatoes was a big processing day for me. And to be truthful, it took a lot out of me physically to even do that. And then he brought home a whole bunch of carrots that he got for free. And he got a whole bunch of baby carrots a couple years back too. And those I ended up canning, and some of them, and freezing some of them. Well, this time I just had enough I went ahead and blanched and put in the freezer 6-quart bags of baby carrots. And he will be bringing more of those home to me in the near future as well. So I have been busy. I have been storing and putting away and preserving things and different things like that. I haven't really put them all on film because sometimes it's just spur of the moment stuff after work or whatever, and things that I need to get done, and I just haven't dragged the camera out Truthfully, after the tomato processing day, I was kind of down in my body for just a little while. But we did get, out of all of those tomatoes, 24 pints of pasta sauce and about 10.5 quarts of tomato juice. So very successful overall. And if you can believe it or not, I have in the pantry room right now, my whole counter is full of more tomatoes. And to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to do with them because I don't really want to process any more tomatoes. But maybe I'll go ahead and freeze them, and later on in the winter when I have a little bit of time on my hands, or you know, it's really cold outside and I just want to heat up the kitchen, maybe I'll go ahead and do some more of those. Okay, so everybody, out of all those tomatoes, I got 24 pints of spaghetti sauce or pasta sauce, and I've got about 10.5 quarts of tomato juice. So those will be good for soup and chili base or starters, and Spanish rice and just all kinds of things. And then super thrilled with all this tomato sauce. And this is not even all the tomatoes out of the garden, so I may have another processing day sometime here in the future. But this was a lot of work, and I'm not even going to turn the camera around and look at you because I look like not presentable right now. So anyway, I will be back here in just a little bit, and we'll finish doing what we were doing, and see you in a minute. So, but tonight is another little processing thing that I'm doing. And so let me bring you over here and show you. He brought me home this box of oranges. And so I really don't know how many oranges are here. I would venture to say 15 pounds maybe. And now last time he brought me home some oranges, I made a pretty good sized batch of orange marmalade. And he really wasn't very fond of that. And I still have several jars on the shelf back here, so I'm not going to make any more of that. So the only thing that I can really figure that I'm going to do with these is just juice them, and just get some fresh squeezed orange juice. And but so that's what I'm doing tonight. So anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight, and I'm hoping that this little juicer will work for me. This is a relatively small one, and you might remember in one of my videos that I had my lemons were a little too big for even this one. So I know these oranges are going to be a little too big for this juicer, but I'm going to try to, I'm going to have oranges running all over me. So I'm going to try to maybe cut them in fourths and see if I can juice them that way. Otherwise, I'm going to have to hand squeeze them all, and I really don't want to do that. That's going to be time consuming and a little bit harder of a process. And if I feel like it's taking too long or it's not working right, then I may just wait until I can go to the store and get a bigger juicer. So, but anyway, I just, like I said, I know that I haven't posted a whole lot of videos lately. I've been busy with a lot of things, but another thing too is I've not been doing a lot of cooking. Since Andy is back on evening shift, a lot of times he will cook something up for me before he goes to work. And so I don't have a need to cook anything at night, which is good for me. But in a lot of ways it's bad because that means that I don't get to cook some recipes for you guys that I'd like to share with you. But anyway, I'm going to process these, and maybe we'll do a little chatting. And but that's what we're doing tonight. So anyway, and it looks like I have a bad orange in here, so it's probably best that I try to get this done tonight. And let's just see if the half of orange will fit in here. That one's managing to fit pretty good, so I think we might do okay. Let me see. Kind of don't want to. I'm thinking I better get a bowl or something to put the orange peels in. Okay, so I grabbed I'm so thrilled about having this. I grabbed my KitchenAid mixer glass bowl attachment that fits on the KitchenAid mixer. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I mean several years. And I've checked them out online and stuff, and they're quite expensive. But I was at Walmart about 3 weeks ago, and they actually had a couple of these on clearance for like $30, I think. And so, while even I think that's still expensive, that's a whole lot better than $60 or $70. So I was thrilled to find that. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my little orange halves in there after I get them juiced. So, but even though this is a lot of work for me, a lot of times Andy will get some of these items for free, and so I'm not going to let them go to waste. And like I said, last time I made orange marmalade, and this time I'm just going to go ahead and make some fresh squeezed orange juice that we'll enjoy for the next couple of weeks. And it'll be well loved because my son loves, and I do too, but especially this time of year, my son loves orange juice. So he will certainly love fresh squeezed orange juice. And while the whole orange isn't actually going down in that little thing, this is working pretty good. Now, on some of the really big oranges, this may not work very good, but so far this is doing okay, so I can't complain. It's a lot easier than trying to squeeze them by hand with just my hands. And I'm just using this big pan to squeeze it all into, and then I'll pour it in a nice pitcher once it's all done. So anyway, what have you guys been up to lately? Are you still harvesting from your gardens? Or have you been stocking up on things for winter? Have you been doing some fall baking and cooking? Have you been doing some fall decorating? I'm hoping that this weekend I can get around to doing some fall decorating. I didn't grow any pumpkins. Maybe next year I will attempt to grow some pumpkins. Since I think that the spaghetti squash did well this year, I'm thinking that maybe I might possibly be able to grow a few pumpkins out there along with the spaghetti squash this next year, so that I can decorate kind of with my own pumpkins. That would be really nice. But I'm hoping that this weekend maybe I can go buy a couple pumpkins and gourds to sit outside here, and I already got some corn stalks. My little secret is I bought corn stalks last year to decorate with, and they were super expensive. I mean, corn stalk bundles that you used to be able to get for $3 to $5 a bundle were like $11 and $12 a bundle, which is crazy ridiculous. But I wanted some last year. I just went all out since we had got the little tiny farmhouse kind of finished up a little bit and stuff. I went all out and bought some pumpkins and some corn stalks and just went ahead and decorated up all nice for fall last year. And I saved the corn stalks. I know that sounds crazy. They are actually in the tiny farmhouse in the bathroom of the little tiny farmhouse, hanging out in the shower. So I will be using those again this year, and then I will go ahead and discard them. Hopefully they'll be good enough to use this year. And we haven't gotten any like mice nested in them or anything like that. But I'm hoping that this weekend I will have the energy and the time to go ahead and I think this one I'm going to have to cut and force. And go ahead and decorate for fall. And do all of that. I love fall. It's one of my favorite seasons. I don't like the thought that winter is coming per se, but I do love fall, and we've had some really nice weather. So I'm excited always to decorate for fall. And I'm not going to do probably any decorating in the house for fall this year. I don't really go all out for fall in the house anyway. But so probably won't decorate in the house, but I sure do like to decorate outside of the house. So hopefully I'll get to doing that this weekend, and maybe I'll bring you along and show you some of that. I'm thinking, I don't know, I have a little scarecrow from Walmart downstairs. I think he's still down there, if he's still any good, because I've had him for a few years, and he was kind of decrepit last year, so I may have to buy a new one. But I like to have just a cute little scarecrow out on the porch, and this year I think I'm going to put it on the porch of the tiny farmhouse. And the kids in the neighborhood really like that. And so I'm kind of starting to get excited about fall. Are you getting excited about fall with the cooler weather? And maybe are you going to go on some hay rides or enjoy some fall festivals this year? I think that's probably why fall is my favorite time of year, because there's always so much to do. The weather's always, you know, pretty nice. And we like to go to an orchard that's a couple of hours away from us, and to some of the fall festivals in the area and stuff like that, and just enjoy things like kettle corn and, you know, roasted corn on the cob, and the pumpkin patches, and the apple cider, and, you know, just all those nice, warm, cozy things. So maybe I will take you along to some of the places or some of the things that we do, and let you enjoy those with us. I know there's some of you maybe who don't get out of the house too much, or who can't go on little adventures like that. So I like to kind of take you along with me on our adventures, so that way maybe you can experience some of these things as well without having to get out of your house, you know. So, but anyway, well, I'm going to finish juicing all of these oranges and making some fresh orange juice out of them. And like I said, hopefully I'll get the opportunity to bring you along this weekend when I do a little fall decorating on the outside of the house. And then, like I said, maybe in the future when we take a few little trips going to fall festivals or whatever, I'll bring you along for those things. But until then, thank you for joining me tonight here at Life on Turkey Lane, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.